Hi everyone, this is Amy with Eclectic Closet. It's been a while, so I thought I'd get back into the game by showing you guys a quick, cheap, and easy way to make a stepping stone. Now this stepping stone is going to be for my sister. She has a nice flagpole in front of her house, and I thought to top it off, some nice stepping stones to walk up to it. And I figured, what more appropriate than stars? We're coming up on the 4th of July. We just got over Memorial Day. And I figured I would make some stars. So now these are just your ordinary cheap chip tray that I got from the Dollar Tree. And as you can see, it makes a perfect smooth finish stone. It's nice and sturdy and strong. I made this one a couple days ago, and I'm going to add to it, and then I will decorate them and show you how that all works out. Now, to prepare the stone itself, not the stone, to prepare the mold itself, I just use regular cooking oil. I put a little on, and I just rub it through the cracks and all over. Now, you really don't need too much on this because, of course, this is not thick and it doesn't have a bunch of little grooves and stuff. It pretty much is going to slide out, but I just like to make life easier and make sure nothing goes wrong. I'm going to make 2 more today, and I'm using Portland cement, and this is just play sand that I've had sitting around. And I use, personally, I like to use a little more Portland than I do the sand, but it's pretty much equal sand, equal Portland cement. You can also use mortar. I like to use mortar. They make a nice strong stepping stone, excuse me. You make sure whatever one you choose that you know that it can, whatever the I don't even know what it's called, it's a technical term, how much pounds per pressure that it can take, so you know that you can use it as a stepping stone. So you don't want it to be thin and just break when it gets stepped on, unless you're just using it for garden decorations and stuff, though then it doesn't matter. So off camera I am going to dry mix first, because I just like to dry mix it first, and then I'll come back and we'll add the water. Okay, I am back, and it is mixed. I did a dry mixing. Now, if you're overly concerned with anything, you can always, like you would flour and you're baking, you can sift it through a colander of some kind, but it really doesn't need it. This is pretty smooth. The only thing is that the wet sand had gotten some chunks in it, but as I mix it, as I wet it, I can smooth it out, and if there's anything big in it, I can you just pull it out and throw it. But for my purposes, I'm not really concerned. Now, what you do want to make sure is that you only add a little, I mean a little, bit of water at a time, because you can always add, you can't take away. And you may think, oh, it's so dry, and then you add a little bit too much and you get carried away with yourself. All of a sudden you'll realize it's wet and it's at the consistency you want it at. So you just Alright, so I'm going to continue to add more water and mix this up, and I'll be back. Alright, so I have it at the consistency that I want and that I like. As you can see, it's nice and firm. It's not too wet. It's not too dry. Now I'm going to place it in the mold. Now what I want to tell you is that depending on your mold, now this mold here, it's not very big. If you have a big mold and it's flat and thinner, You may want to put some type of reinforcement in it, like maybe a chicken wire, maybe some cut up a hanger or some whatever wire mesh you might have around, some type of screening of some sort. Lay it in there to just to make it sturdy. Get it to go. I like to, since I don't have one of those big old fancy vibrating machines, this is to bring the air bubbles to the top, get it to settle. I'll probably add some more. Okay, let that settle. Start adding to the next one. And also, depending on the mold, if you have a mold with that might be a little harder, that isn't as flexible, or it's got intricate lines, you might want to, besides maybe the grease, the Vaseline, whatever the heck medium you have in there to soften it up, you may want to maybe use like a bag to put it in there, so that you might have some little wrinkles because of where the bag is, but it'll just pull right out of there unless the bag gets caught up in one of your little curves. So think about that when you're doing it, because if it has folds in the design. All right. Now do the same on here. Shake it back and forth. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I have got them both together, and I'm going to point out the mistakes that I've made. I kind of overfilled them, and I have to take my daughter to practice, so I really can't fix it. So normally it might not matter, but for my purpose, what I'm going to do, it might affect it a little. I mean, it's not going to hurt the integrity of it, but it'll mess with it a little bit. So if you're satisfied with it, you got enough of the bubbles to the top, tapping it, whatever. I just clean the edges because, well, you do that so it makes life easier for you. Now, for me, because these might have a little curve up to it, so they might not lay directly flat. I'm not saying that these don't, but I'm just at a purpose. For that purpose, I like to put something on top, and this is why I say overflowing it will affect it some. Only because I want, and I'm going to put a weight on that, just so that it does the pressure and that the star lays flat, so that it dries. So when I take it out, this is perfectly balanced at the end. So that's why I like to lay something on top of it. This was a project gone bad. I'll put another one here, and that's it. And then please, for the love of God, please don't be like me and rush this. At least wait 24 hours before you release it. Maybe then still keep it to the side. Maybe you want to give it a little squirt with some water. Let it dry as slowly as you patiently can and cure. The longer it cures, the harder it will be. You don't want it in the direct heat. That's why I'm in the shade here, because it's 5 something and it's really hot right now. So you don't want it in the sun. You don't want it to dry too quick. But that's basically it, and I'll be back and we'll see how it worked. Or didn't. You never know. It's been a couple of days. I haven't undone it yet. They look good. From this end anyways. But you can see but it doesn't matter where the wood was at. Hold on, I'll flip them over. All I did was flip them over. I haven't looked at them yet. The review will be done together, hopefully. And see how easy that was? That wasn't me doing nothing to it. Oh, look at how nice that turned out. It's nice and smooth. A few little tiny, I don't know if this will focus in, air bubbles, but nothing bad. Oh yeah. These turned out beautiful. And they're so smooth. So, you can see how easy it is to do. And it's been a couple days. Now I want to show you, because I did the one that I had already done. Okay. Now, of course, you guys might be better artists than I am, so this won't matter. How do I want it? This is the way I had envisioned it. It was like this. And I'll tell you my mistakes with this. First of all, I had painted it completely white, and then where I decided I was going to do the blue and I wanted the stars, I painted over the white once I got it good, a glow-in-the-dark thing, and then I was letting that dry, and I put these little star stickers on it, which are under here. You can't see, but they're star stickers, and the whole object that I had was I was going to paint it over with the blue and then peel it off, and it would reveal the white and would glow in the dark with the stars. But of course, for some reason, that did not work out, as you would have expected. The glow-in-the-dark paint is like a glue almost, so when I pulled it, it peels, so that was not good. So I had to revamp it, and this is what I came up with. And I'm not very neat, but you get the point, and so each one will be a little different. It won't be the same, but all in all, that's pretty good. And like I said, you can use any, if you're using the stars, do any one you want, any colors or not, paint them all completely glow in the dark, which is pretty cool too. Alright, now I wanted to show you I had some extra cement, so let's see if these come out. Oh, look at that. Now these you can do with the cement, you can do with anything. This is going to be for like another project. This is for around a frame, but you can do this in plaster of Paris too. I had one, but I don't want it in seashells. There's one I want to do for my bedroom mirror that I want to put up, but this one is just for like if you have that nautical theme look. I'll come up with something to do with that. I did 2 of them, and all this is an ice tray mold. You can get them sometimes at the Dollar Tree for $1. Other than that, Michael's, anywhere they sell them. I actually like to pick these up. I look around for my molds at the Goodwill and stuff like that, so anything that I decide to use. And this was an experiment. I know it looks like crap. The experiment part was to see if I'd do it neater the next time. Maybe use plaster of Paris instead of this. Now I use these colored glass. Now the glass didn't turn out right because as I wanted them smooth so they wouldn't cut, and I put them in the tumbler, and of course I just grabbed some bottles from the Dollar Tree to break up so it would be colorful, and the paint, it's not real, it's painted glass, so it really wasn't what I wanted. That's why I threw it on here. And what I was doing for a fairy garden is to make a walkway, so I just wanted to see if it would work, and I really think it will work with the right things, and using plaster of Paris instead of the cement, or at least use or mortar, because it'll be the white look, and that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, I hope you like this little project, and maybe go out and try one of your own. If you like this kind of stuff, please hit that like button and subscribe and see what else I can do. And if there's any ideas that you guys have that you'd like to see me try, and before you go out and do it yourself, put that in the comment section and I'll do one. Alright, have a great day. Eclectic Closet out.